Hey, good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I'm grateful to be here. I'm glad to be here. And where am I? We're in the south shore of Lake Tahoe. Beautiful, except beautiful this way. This way, we actually see ash falling from the skies because we've got a fire coming our way. Now, when I checked in, I asked the manager that was checking us in, I said, what's the likelihood we could get asked to leave a little bit? We may have to evacuate. He says, well, we're keeping an eye on it. We're keeping an eye on it. He goes, but if we do, oh man, I'm so sorry. And I said, well, if we do, look, things in life don't have to happen to us. They can happen for us. And he goes, what? Say that again. That's good. So I said it again. And he goes, oh. And I was walking through a couple hours later and he had some colleagues there and he says, hey, come over. What was that you said again? So I said it again. And it's just so funny to me. See, it's an aspect of gratitude when you really think about it. See, someone once said that gratitude is to never lose sight of the horizon. Now hold that, to never lose sight of the horizon. I like what Dieter Uchtdorf says. He says, gratitude, you don't have to wait for the rainbow to be in gratitude. To be in gratitude, you don't have to wait for the rainbow to enjoy the rain. So think about that. Imagine that you're in a boat, and in this boat, you've got huge swells around you. You're in a raft. And as it lifts you up to the top, you can see forever. You can see the horizon. See, gratitude is to never lose sight of the horizon. So what happens when you come down into the bottom? And then you can't see anything. And you're scared to death that these waves may crush you. But then you rise back up to the top. And see, that's where gratitude lives. Gratitude lives in that space where you can hold it, even when you're down in the bottom, as much as when you're up at the top. It's being in gratitude. You see, a great blessing of this mindset is the understanding that no experience, nothing that's happened to you or for you is wasted. It's merely life's way of moving you forward, putting you in a different direction, and sometimes learning to live from this place of gratitude. Many times, most of the time, it helps you endure whatever's happening in the moment. So you've heard about the studies that if you woke up every morning and practiced saying 3 things that you're grateful for that's new. Now they have to be new because here's what the studies show. That even low-level pessimists on the average, after doing this for 21 days, it has to be new things each day, now tested as low-level optimists. Amazing. Now, you may not think that's too big of a deal, but they did it with 80-year-olds. They did it with 80-year-olds who had had 8 decades of saying and thinking pessimistically, and even they tested low-level optimists after just 21 days, defying genes and defying environment and years of decades of practice. Why is that? You see, because our mind is an interesting thing. It can't tell the difference usually between fact or fiction, between visioning something or actually doing it. But if your brain, if your mind, if what you're focusing on is only looking at the negative facts, you're creating a negative world. See, our mind creates the world. But if you're looking for the things that you're grateful for, then you've got a world that your behavior makes a difference. Now, I heard about some studies that have been done recently, and I'm going to try it out. I'm going to challenge you to try it as well. I think it's very, very fascinating. You see, another thing that you could do is think of one meaningful experience that you've had over the last 24 hours. So, it doesn't have to be huge. It could be somebody just opening the door for you. It could be a beautiful sunset. It could be a conversation. It could be something that is big or something that's not big, but it's just meaningful. And in 2 minutes then, just write down every detail you can remember. The reason you're trying to do this is to get your brain to relive the experience. See, if the brain can't tell the difference much between visualization and actual experience, so what you're doing is that you are reliving the experience. So when we journal about these meaningful experiences, we literally double it. Now imagine doing that for 21 days. What that will do is change the trajectory of of your meaning, your definition of life as it runs through the trajectory of your life. And this is a way that you can have impact every day, a different perspective that'll change the world for all of us. Are you willing to make the effort for 21 days? I make a commitment to you right now that I'm going to do that for the next 21 days. I'm going to write it down. Let's see what happens. Let me know. This is a great challenge and a great opportunity to really create more of an impact. Let's be in gratitude. I look forward to talking to you next week. Join me. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.